Here are some popular books that I absolutely loved the first time I read them, but I kind of want to reread them to see if my opinions still stay the same. The first one is the Selection series by Kira Cass. This is already a very, very YA series, and I probably read it maybe like 2 to 3 years ago now. And I feel like since that time, I've grown and matured a lot. So I don't know if this would be too immature for me now, but I know when I first read this series, I fell in love with it, and I'd love to reread it again. The Shatter Me series by Tahara Murphy. I feel like my opinions would stay relatively the same on this series. Maybe some of my ratings in the series would change, but I recently read Watch Me, which is like the spin-off, and loved that just as much, so I feel like I would love this if I went back into it. Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. I read this probably 3 years ago now. I think I read it when it was like first getting popular, and this was like literally the indie edition before it was even traditionally published, but I did really, really love this when I first read it, and I'd love to see if my opinions stay the same. The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. This is one of the first books I read when I got back into reading, and I loved it. It was like an instant 5-star read for me, but I still haven't finished this series. I haven't read any of the others in it. In fact, I don't even think I've read any other Lauren Asher books from the top of my head, but I would love to reread this and see if I still love it, because I remember the feelings that I felt the first time I read this, and it was literally immaculate. Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I feel like this one's pretty self-explanatory. This is like probably the second book I read when I got back into reading after It Ends With Us, and I loved this the first time I read it. I still think that I would love it to this day, but I'm kind of terrified to go into this one in case it disappoints me. The last one is the Mindfuck series by St. Abbey. This was like the first ever dark romance series that I ever read. It's actually 5 books in one, hence why it's so big. I binged this whole series on my Kindle in like a week. I fell in love with it. I was obsessed. I was thinking about it for months. I do still think that I would love it if I was to reread it, but we won't know until I do that in the future.